smell like pepperoni.
Well, if that's the way you feel.
Wait a minute.
That stuff, get down on your knees and pray.
I think they're as big as wolves. Look just as vicious.
His dead wife was watching.
First his wife, then he...
Hey, dirtbag. You're a lousy shot. I don't like lousy.
Say something.
I never try anything. I just do it. Like I don't beat clocks. Just people. Want to try me?
Hey, want to try me? Every time I hear that, I think of the White Zombie
White
song.
Zombie. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome to the episode of Bad Cinema. We got a good one today. It's from Canon Pictures, and usually on Bad Cinema, Canon Pictures does not disappoint. And they don't disappoint again. This is the Barbarians. Here, I'll bring up the. Here we go. 1987 film starring the Barbarians, Peter and David. What was their name?
Goober.
Peter and David Paul, the Barbarian twins, and they play the Barbarians in this movie. So, and they are really, it's goofy as they look, but they are two yoked dudes that look pretty good on film as a Barbarian. So I'll give them credit for that. We got the movie poster here. It's just a schlocky, like sword and sorcery movie. You see these guys are yoked. I'm sure they were on the juice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And here they are again. I mean, but wonderful physiques. But see the girl on the right, she's the highlight of the movie for me. Look at her. She's a cutie pie.
She is.
Even with a noose around her neck, she's just a cutie pie. We got there she is. Oh, that's a good one. I wish I could have been the one that greased her up in this movie. All right, okay, shut up, Matt. Shut up, Matt. Anyway, there he is, bitch pressing a girl. Here they are riding on the wagon.
Oh, these guys are juiced beyond.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at them. Look at these guys.
Oh man,
totally yoked. Hey, pops. Well, I'll send you the link after the show, Will. Unless you've seen the movie. Sorry. Anyway, we got some clips from the movie. We're going to play the trailer, and then I'll share the Wikipedia page. Here we go. Yeah, we'll send you the link. I'll let Jeff or somebody send it to you. So let's watch the original theatrical trailer for this movie. It was filmed in 1986 in Italy.
Italy.
Italiano.
Primo.
At the dawn of time, in a world of savage splendor, a tyrant of darkness ravaged the land and captured two defenseless children.
Two defenseless children who were slaves, and they worked so hard, they got big, yoked muscles. Does this sound familiar? It sounds a little bit like Conan the Barbarian.
Raised as slaves, trained as gladiators.
Starting to feel real familiar right now, guys.
Only together could they defeat the evil warlord. They were rogues.
Look at the size of you two.
Adventurers.
Strike a pose.
Heroes. They were the Barbarians.
After them, I want their head!
Oh, God.
Fight or run. Run.
The internationally renowned bad boys of bodybuilding, Peter and David Paul.
Get out of here. No, get out. I'm going out. I'm going out.
Peter and David Paul.
The
Yeah.
Barbarians. Feel.
No relation, you think? No relation?
I hope not.
What? Well, they're just as obnoxious. I will say that. Yeah, but somebody will send a link to Mr. Will. I guess he can hang out backstage.
Oh, I'll send it.
This one won't take long. I mean, he can come on, but if he wants to, I guess. But I'm going to share the Wikipedia page. Here we go. The Barbarians, the 1987 sword and sorcery film directed by Ruggero Deodato and starring the Barbarian Brothers, Peter and David Paul, Richard Lynch and Eva LaRue. The film is an Italian-American co-production shot in Rome and the Abruzzo Mountains. Peter and Paul David were nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award for their worst new star for this film at the 8th Annual Golden Raspberry Awards. The film is set in a heroic fantasy world. The Ragnicks, a tribe of peaceful traveling entertainers, are attacked by the evil tyrant Kadar, who takes their queen Canary hostage. Canary, however, manages to hide her magic ruby, the lucky jewel of the Ragnicks. Kadar seeks to bolster his power. The two young twins from the tribe, Kuchek and Gore, bite off two of Kadar's fingers in retaliation. Kadar has them taken prisoner as well, but agrees to spare their lives. So Canary becomes his bride and makes them slaves. Cast is Peter Paul as Kuchek, David Paul as Gore, Richard Lynch as Kadar, who you may remember from such films as Invasion USA. Eva LaRue is Kara Insamine. And Kara, you may remember this girl. She was on NCIS Miami, and she was a recurring character on All My Children. Also, as
Absolute
Virginia Bryant
smoke show.
as Canary, Sheba Alonhe as China, Rafaelio Baracci as Allura, Franco Pistoni as Ibar, Michael Berryman as the Dirt Master. You may remember Michael Berryman from such films as The Hills Have Eyes, The Devil's Rejects, and a cameo in Weird Science. And George Eastman as Jacko, whoever Jacko is. Production: The Barbarians. It was produced by Canon Films and Canon Italia in November of 1985. The Hollywood Reporter stated that the screenwriter James R. Silk was finishing his script for The Barbarians, and along with Serbian director Sivadodan Sajan, he began scouting locations. Variety later reported in July of '86 that Sajan was replaced by director Ruggero Deodato. The film was budgeted at $2.5 million. Principal photography began on August 4th, 1986 in Rome. Filming later moved to the Abruzzo Mountains in August of '86. Production ended in early October '86. The film was released and shown in the United States in March 20th, 1987. It was released in Italy on April 24th, 1987. It opened on 89 screens on May 15th, 1987, earning $238,000. On its opening weekend, it grossed a total of $800,000 in the United States. It was released on DVD by Shout Factory United States, August 27, 2013. As a double feature with the film The Norseman. There's also a remastered Blu-ray edition. So I don't know why you want that, but there you have it.
Somebody remastered that. That's awesome.
A contemporary review by Michael Wilmington, published in the LA Times, opined that seldom has a movie looked so good and sounded so dumb. Referred to the moronic dialogue and the constant bellowing of Peter and David Paul.
Yes.
Wilmington predicted that these would eventually attain a cult status. He was not happy with the screenplay, but noted that director Ruggero Deodato and his crew have contrived to make the what must have been an inexpensive production shine. Here is that there's something sumptuous, a road warrior. I don't know what the hell that means. In the book, Horror and Science Fiction 4 by Donald C. Willis described the film as a routine sword and sorcery action film, while noting that there's some dumb fun to be had in the casualness of the production, and that the film was refreshingly unpretentious tone of a TV beer commercial. Video Hound's Golden Movie Retriever described the film as dumb but fun and awarded it 1 star. The Blu-ray edition was well received. Matthew Hartman of High Def Digest called The Barbarians one of the biggest and arguably one of the best canon group films of the 80s. Oh, no. Oh, come on.
Well, I don't think
Have you ever heard of American Ninja? All right. Its intricate costuming and elaborate sets, as well as the comedic vigor of Peter and David Paul, who are clearly having a great time here. Didn't we say that earlier? Like we were talking about these guys. You could tell they were having a ball.
They're just goofing off.
Hartman felt that the special features were lacking. The film is popular among Finnish B-movie enthusiasts and has attracted positive reviews in fanzines and websites dedicated to genre films. One of them described it as one of the best barbarian-themed sword sorcery films of all time. I don't know about that, but an attempt was made.
And if you haven't seen it, both of these musclehead dudes just periodically throughout the whole movie make this like donkey noise.
Yeah, and sadly, Robert Pops is right. David Paul unfortunately passed away in 2020. And they were like kind of like self-made guys though. Like honestly, they were born in the late 50s. They dropped out of college and built their own gym in New England area, and built it up. And then they became professional bodybuilders and got their name made, at Gold's Gym, like a lot of bodybuilders did when they moved to California. So they really worked at what they did. I mean, we're joking. They did take steroids. Obviously, they took steroids, but every bodybuilder did. Let's just not.
Yeah.
Even Arnold admits that he took steroids.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing, Bobby? So and this movie
you can't compete on that scene and get as big as those guys are without doing that.
And they had the physiques. I'll give them props, and they looked good in the costumes. They looked believable as the Barbarians.
Yeah.
They were just a little goofy. This is what I call a fun little movie. You know what I mean? It's just like you don't want to take it seriously. This is what Cannon was all about. A lot of cocaine probably wrote the script.
This is not Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's not Lord of the Rings. We're not watching. We're not watching Casablanca here. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Well, they just wanted to have a movie that had a lot of hot-looking women in it and a lot of action, and it's kind of goofball. And like I said, I had fun watching the guys because honestly, I could tell they were enjoying themselves doing this movie. They just looked like they were totally enthusiastic just to be in any kind of movie like this and have a starring role. But the plot is nonsensical. It doesn't really mesh well, but there's a lot of cool action in it, and it's kind of funny. I don't know, guys. That's just my initial thoughts of the movie. Of course, Peter and Paul and David Paul were also in a movie. I don't know if you remember. It's called The Twin Setters in 1994, which is probably their best known film, right? And they were maternal twins, not paternal twins. So they weren't identical twins, but yeah, they. But anyway, he passed away in 2020. But listen to this. Their public strength feats included a 500-pound reverse grip bench press, 150-pound dumbbell cheek curls for reps, and 315-pound presses behind the neck. I don't know if you know anything about like that stuff, but that's pretty big. It says in 1982, David and Peter Paul were featured in magazines including Powerlifting USA, Muscle Fitness, and a high-profile 8-page spread in Sports Illustrated, along with a segment on Showtime's What's Up America. This led to David and Peter Paul's role in the film DC Cab as the muscular cab drivers appearing with Mr. T. They also appeared in supporting cameo roles in films including The Flamingo Kid playing beefy lifeguards, and on television an episode of Knight Rider entitled Night of the Drones, and a 1985 episode of Hollywood Beat alongside with John Matuzak. They continue to do live performances and appearances, live TV show interviews, and were featured in a July 1986 photo spread in Playgirl magazine. The pair wrote a comedic spec script about their lives called Better Than One, and shopped at the Cannon Films to Megan Golan at Cannon Films. Golan signed the pair to a 2-picture deal, but decided to place the pair in a film called The Barbarians, trying to cash in on the success of Conan the Barbarian, of course. The Motion Picture Corporation of America signed the brothers to a 2-picture deal and they completed in 1990s. The Take Big and Double Trouble. David and Peter were filmed for a small part in Oliver Stone's Natural Born Killers, which they are in bodybuilding public gym, being interviewed by Robert Downey Jr.'s character, but the scene ended up on the cutting room floor. Their part can be found on the director's cut of the film, in which Director Stone says the excised Barbarian Brothers scene, they're overacting and it's my fault. All right. Well, there you go. So anyway, guys, initial thoughts of the film, Tony?
Well, it's goofy, but it's not Shakespeare. I had to ask myself a lot, is the movie trying to be serious or is it trying too hard? I mean, compared to some of the other stuff I've watched, this is actually a fun little movie to watch. It's, you could tell it's not taking itself seriously. And yeah, you could tell they were trying to cash in on the Conan thing. But I mean, like Jeff and y'all said, those guys were having fun making this movie. Eva LaRue's character, I mean, I've been in love with her since all my children. Those eyes, oh man,
She's gorgeous.
So to find out this was her first movie, as soon as I seen her, all I had to do was see those eyes. I knew who she was. I went, oh my god, it's her.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because when I was talking about the Ruby and everything, and I just realized, if all they had to do was just show the bad guy that it wouldn't work if he tried to use it, and that probably would have cut the movie in half. But no, it was good fun, and like I said, you could tell everybody had fun on the set. I was going to refer to them as the roided out double mint twins, but they had fun, and I was also referring to the other guy. I can't think of his name, the skinny looking. I called him the meth king or something like that. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman on meth. But and it's pretty cool. And like you said, was a guy Lynch, the guy that played Kadar?
Yeah.
He may be in a lot of B movies, but he does pretty good playing villains. I really prefer him as a villain in Invasion more than I did this, but compared to some of the other movies I've watched, man, this movie is freaking like Excalibur. So but yeah, it's a fun little. I ain't gonna. I'm trying not to be down on it. Because I mean, yeah, as goofy as it was, y'all said it. Y'all said it too. It's a fun movie to watch. It's a fun little movie to watch. That's it.
Yeah, they're in DC Cab too, Bob. Yeah, it's a good. I like that one. All right, Jeff, what do you think? Your initial reaction to watching this film?
Just like it's the point of bad cinema. Just because it's on bad cinema doesn't mean it's bad. It was like, to me, it's real spoofy, and even Eva LaRue, the cute little girl that's the highlight of the movie. Some of the parts that were more lighthearted and they were just, going on their adventure and on their merry way or something. The two brothers would do something goofy and she'd have this smirk on her face that said, "Isn't it fun making this movie?" You know what I mean? It's like they were just having a great time. But here's like a silver lining that kind of just dawned on me. The costumes weren't that bad. They weren't that bad, and the set, like the people who made those sets, those were pretty freaking good. I mean,
and
I know the acting wasn't top tier, but the fantasy sets were pretty dang good, and it was straight up formulaic after Arnold, Conan, fantasy type stuff. But you got two super yoked out guys, and they're playing the Barbarian twins, and they got the cute girl, and it's I liked it. I thought it was fun.
What made it fun with her is she's kind of precocious acting.
Yeah.
I like mischievous acting. I like that, and like I said, the set, like that scene at the first of it, where they're being chased by the bad guys, like the warlords, right? And they're on those wagons. That's a pretty elaborate shot with all that jumping around going on. A lot of dangerous stunts were involved in that, by the way. People falling off horses in front of wagons. That's dangerous. So I would be surprised if nobody got hurt. I'm sure there are probably a few injuries. And Now, if you try to place it, you go, oh, that's a plot hole. That's a plot hole. You know, you're going to find it. Like in the end scene, I was joking about where they're like, we got to find a virgin. We can fit this ruby into their belly button, right? And one of the girls that's the virgin has a C-section scar. So we know she's not a virgin. But, you know, other than that, you know, it had a lot of gorgeous women in it and very little clothing, a little bit of nudity in it. And I'm going to play a couple of clips. And now that I realize how much nudity is in it, I'm hoping I didn't catch a stray boob in one of these clips. So anyway. I just got some random clips here. We'll just play them.
It isn't wise, my lord, to allow these scorpions to live.
I made a pledge, sorceress, and not to die by my hand, or that of...
And I guess apparently this is what you do in a movie to pretend like you're got magic powers, right? Right, all right. And we got some funny scenes with the two brothers a little bit.
Careful. They've changed. That's what's making me mad. Hey.
That's what's making me mad. They changed. And that was Pee Wee Herman on Math. You'll see him again here.
There is no Kara here. She left many years ago. Come on, let the show begin.
Wait, husband, how do they know of Kara?
Now, if you notice, they're like, you can tell this is an Italian film because if you notice their mouths, they're not synced up with the dialogue.
No,
I thought he was more like Pee Wee Herman mixed with Adrian Brody.
Oh God, more like Adrian Brody.
You could tell that Italian guy, the guy that played the methed out Pee Wee Herman, he was. You could tell his voice work was voiced over.
Yeah, that was voiceover. He's an Italian actor, probably speaking Italian on the set. And here's we'll play some more part. This is where they try to hang one of him, and he pops the noose with his neck muscles.
That's that sound. What's up with that sound, dude? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
What's going on? Stay where you are, fatty.
Fatty? Me? You. Fatty? Who you calling fatty, Moosehead?
Moosehead. I don't think there's any moose in this movie, by the way. But all right. Bobby thought it was amusing. Well, here's where he pops the noose with his neck. It's kind of crazy. Here we go.
So when I first watched it, I'm thinking, oh man, I know he's trying to act like he's being hung to death, but that's not what you sound like, I don't think. And then he snaps it. I'm like, oh, I get it. All right.
I don't know what else to say to that. That's just you know what? I think I got to keep that clip just for the show. Like, I got to play it again.
You know what? If you isolate that freaking donkey sound, it almost sounds like when Luke Skywalker comes across the sand people and they knock him out, and that sand guy's like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's totally crazy. I don't know, Jeff. What do you think of the casting of this film?
For this type of film, I would say they nailed the casting. They had a bunch of great-looking women who didn't mind being sans clothing, and they had the leading gal who was absolute little cutie, and they had their double mint, like Tony said, the double mint twins on steroids as the co-protagonists, and Pee Wee Herman, Adrian Brody as the evil guy, or one of the evil guys. And I don't know, it was goofy, adventurous, nudie fun. It was just fun. It's canon. It's canon. Come on.
Yeah, it's a canon picture. And you got you'll see a lot of familiar faces in it, like the main bad guy.
Oh, and the one dude that you mentioned that's in a bunch of other stuff, the bald guy.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Beds Are Burning from Midnight Oil. But anyway, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I kind of agree too. Well, you'll see a lot with these canon pictures productions. Because a lot of the actors in the background, or got bit parts, are the same actors. So it's a huge budget. Although this kind of shows you where Canon Films was at this point in the late '80s or the mid '80s. They were spending more money than they were making on the movies, even if it was just $2 million. They made like maybe $800,000 on this movie, which is they didn't pull a profit. So this was kind of like on the downturn. Like, I don't know if you remember the movie they did. They did a movie in the early '80s with Lou Ferrigno. And so they like to use, that was their MO. They like to use these bodybuilder guys, types. And because they did a Hercules movie with him. And but Canon Picture doesn't disappoint. Like, to me, that's like a so bad it's good, like bad cinema, like stamp of approval.
Yeah.
If you got Canon Films at the first of the movie. And a lot of people say that they were just a money laundering operation, which is probably true. I don't know. The guys are Israeli, and from what I read, they were kind of shady. I'm not saying because you're from Israel, you're shady. I just mean they were kind of these shady businessmen, and they had, and I'm sure there was a lot of cocaine on these sets. I'm just going to say that right now, and in the writing room. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. But what do you think? We'll play a couple more clips before we talk more about it.
I don't like the axe. I want the sword.
He's like, I don't want the axe. I want the sword. And
Fine, then take it.
I want the axe. Good. I like the sword better.
What, dude, make up your mind.
So the music doesn't really match the movie.
Not even close.
But yeah, well, that's the whole point of the movie. They kept making their mind. Here you go, Will. Will like this one.
What the heck? Why does he sound like a howling ape? That is a horrible laugh. Dude, what's worse, him or Kawhi Leonard? Have you heard Kawhi Leonard's laugh? Kawhi Leonard's laugh is terrible. I'll play it for you after the show. It's so bad it makes kids cry, probably. Jeff knows what I mean.
I do. Absolutely do.
Or something. He's so bad.
Are we laugh shaming people now on their show?
Yes, absolutely we are.
Well, not too many people. Just Kawhi
My
Leonard
laugh is
and them
terrible
two dudes.
too, but it's not like sounds like it doesn't sound like a howling ape.
Well, anyway, the plot is really non-existent. It's just like we just want to have an excuse to get these guys in a loincloth and a battle axe.
Yeah,
there's a giant snake in the movie. I wish I could have got a picture of it because it looks like a giant penis.
Oh God!
And it's totally fake. But yeah, the highlight of the movie is the girl. I love her. I thought, like we said about, like Jeff said earlier, like the wardrobe and the set dressing, pretty damn good for like a $2.7 million, I think, budget.
I saw the picture of her. She's pretty, but she's no whatever. What's that poster from Shawshank?
Watch it, boss.
All right.
Watch
Okay.
it, boss.
She is an angel. Well, nobody will be talking about her. All right.
She's what about with Raquel Welch in 10,000 Years BC or whatever?
She is a goddess.
She's
Girl,
cute
God,
too.
look at her. She's pretty.
She is. Did she go on to have success? She looks really young in that movie.
She had
success.
She was born in 1966. The film was filmed in 1986. She was probably 20 years old.
Yeah.
This was
And they are probably like 30s, probably, right?
Yeah, they were born in 1957. She was on All My Children for several years, and she was on CSI Miami for like 5 years.
Oh, I love CSI Miami. I probably recognize her. In that.
Hey, Bobby knows Bobby knows what's up. He's like, she's a cutie
She
pie.
is cute. She is cute.
She was
What's her name?
Eva LaRue.
Eva LaRue. It's like she's kind of Cajun or something.
She was yeah, you don't want to mess with those Creole women, but she's that kind of cute that is still sexy, but doesn't have that ran through 1,000 times look, you know?
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous.
And I really liked the movie though. I'll be honest, I thought it was it's not going to win an Oscar, so that's not what bad cinema is about. Like sometimes, and the last month we had a couple of real stinkers. You know, we had Santa with Muscles, and Ginger Dead Man, and also Santa Conquers the Martians. So it's kind of refreshing to be back to the kind of bad cinema I like. Yeah. It's just a fun movie. I highly recommend it for anybody that just likes a fun sword and sorcery movie with some action in it and some scantily clad women. She's not the only woman in the movie. There's several women that look like they probably just went in Rome and found some women at the strip clubs and brought them in because they're probably okay with being semi-nude or nude. And so I say the stripper budget was outrageous on this movie.
Gotta be.
Well, they may not have been paid in cash. Who knows?
Oh, that's true too. That's true too. But yeah, I kind of like it. So it kind of gets the bad cinema. Like we have like the bad cinema stamp of approval here, and I got to give this one. And we'll just. You guys got any more thoughts on it before we rate it?
I got a few I'm going to throw in.
All right, Tony, you got the floor.
Well, okay, so yeah, like I said before, it's Canon Films. Now, some people may think about Canon Films differently than I do because I grew up watching Canon Films. I grew up watching. I mean, they made the Ninja trilogy, American Ninja, freaking Cobra, Invasion USA, Breaking, freaking Delta Force.
Breaking was awesome.
I think they've made Mission in Action. I may be wrong on those.
Yeah, they did. They made Mission in Action.
After watching this movie, if somebody loves this movie more, I don't want to hear nobody bitch about Masters of the Universe. Because, I mean, but having said that, this, like y'all said, this is a fun little movie to watch. And that guy y'all was talking about that played the dungeon guy, yeah, he was in The Hills Have Eyes and Weird Science and all that. And even though he is not the lead singer of Midnight Oil, he was in 2 music videos for Motley Crue. He was in the Motley Crue videos for Smoking in the Boys' Room and Home Sweet Home.
Yep.
But yeah, if you got an hour and a half to kill and want a good fun little movie to watch, yeah, go watch it on Tubi. You'll enjoy it. I think you will. And I am sad to hear that one of them passed away 2 days.
Yeah,
he passed away 2 days before his 63rd birthday.
It's both their birthdays too. So yeah, it was it's not easy, like especially like a twin like that. Yeah, it had to be hard on him. Like,
yeah,
it's hard not to lose a brother. I'm sure, Tony. You probably feel that.
Yeah,
sure.
I still do. That's something that never goes away. There's
an
emptiness. That's an emptiness. No matter what anybody says, that's an emptiness that'll never be filled.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's like, but I have a younger sister, and she's still with me. But I've been told that that's something that you never get over. You just learn to live with.
When you have a younger brother like I did, and he goes before you, and you're like, wait a minute, he was supposed to bury me.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not talk. Make this about me. Let's make this about Barbarians.
Hey, we'll turn that into a little bit of an after school special thing for kids. If you want to get yoked, but don't do all that stuff that makes you check out early. Keep it natural.
Yeah,
Keep it natural.
Kind of their routine, their workout routine is kind of legendary too. Like they would let me figure out find it again.
And to give them a little bit of credit, if they did do roids, I mean, the man lived to be almost 63, so
it's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. The Barbarian twins.
Hard on the body.
It's tough. I'm surprised that Arnold's made it as long as he has. To be honest with you,
because he got off the jump and he's rich.
You know what's funny is whenever people bring up roids, I think of Barry Bonds, but I also think of Jeff's going to know this name, Todd Marinovich.
Well, there's so many more that we just don't know about.
Do you remember Todd Marinovich, the Southern Cal quarterback? His dad doped him up on steroids and crap.
Yeah, he was on heroin too.
Yeah,
they made a workout video called the Barbarian sock tape.
Oh gosh!
Muscle Fitness magazine. Their diet was said to comprise of 36 eggs daily, dozens of amino acid capsules, and chocolate milk.
Yep.
Okay.
Bodybuilders love chocolate milk.
Yes, they do.
And for those of you kids that are doing the math, that's 72 eggs a day for both of them.
Yeah.
Oof.
I can't eat that too much.
Oh, listen
to
this.
Most amount of eggs I can do in a day is like 3.
Just watch a special on like Ronnie Coleman or any of those guys, and see what they eat in one day, and it'll make you think. Not on top of what they eat, they have to go burn all that and build all that into muscle on top of it. And it's like you got to force yourself to eat. You're not hungry. You're feeding a machine. You know.
And listen to this though. And the brother's father, Leonard Paul, proposed the Barbarians theme park in '93 that was never built. The last feature film featuring the Barbarians characters was the 1994 comedy The Twin Setters. The soundtrack featured 3 songs by the brothers and was later released on CD in 2006 by World Blend Music. The Pauls would spend the next part of their careers doing personal appearances and trying to make it in the music industry. And they rapped at clubs and were featured on the Midnight Hour music-centric late-night talk show on CBS. They found their biggest success on live stages in Hawaii. The pair continued to make personal appearances. And then David Paul relocated to Rhode Island, where his last film would be in 2013, called Faith Street Corner Tavern, which featured David and Peter as themselves focused on Peter's mental health issues. David Paul would become a furniture maker and a photographer before dying in March 20th, 2020. Or March 2020. It didn't say March 6th, 20, like a few days before his birthday.
Yeah,
so they were given the nickname the Barbarians because of their wild fitness regime. They were often referred to as the outlaws and bad boys of bodybuilding, promoting counter-conventional freestyle weightlifting practices that some said were barbaric. They were regulars at Gold Gym in Venice Beach and demonstrated unusual techniques, including David's call to his brother to hit me, which was followed by slapping to psych up David. Among David's feats of strength was a 500-pound reverse grip bench press.
Could you imagine that?
Well, yeah, I figure people can talk all they want about whatever their methods were, but the results are obvious.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and you got any final thoughts, Jeff, before we rate
it? Just don't go into this movie thinking it's going to be fine art, and don't do roids, and that's it.
Exactly. All right. Well, just going to say, like, if you want to have a good time just watching a funny movie with some friends that's kind of got action, it's kind of action packed, this is a movie for you. We do a rating system a little differently than you do on Good Cinema here. I think sometimes we let a lot of things slide on this show, because it's a bad cinema movie. So there's some things we'll let slide, but like that we probably wouldn't let slide on the good cinema because, you know, so when I criticize a good movie, it's got certain parts that don't make sense. But I recommend it if you like good movies that are so bad they're good. And on the I give it like we, you know, the king of bad cinema is Wing Wing. You know, the 3 foot tall Filipino actor, Saint Wing Wing, who's no longer with us. So I give 5 Wing Wings, my highest score possible.
Nice.
I give it. I'll give it 4 Wing Wings.
All right, good solid score, Jeff.
It definitely gets the bad cinema stamp of approval of just because it's on bad cinema doesn't mean it's good, or it doesn't mean it's not good. And I'll give it 4 Wing Wings because of the set direct, like the set art and the work they did to do all the costumes and all that stuff. I was going to say 3, but I'll give it 4.
All right, fair enough. And Will is going to abstain because he did not watch the movie. Bobby gives it 4 3/4.
There you go.
Yep, that's a good solid score. I like that score. So, guys, that's I guess it's we got about 40 minutes out of it. I don't know. We kind of had a late start, so I apologize to everybody who was waiting. If you were waiting, before we go, I will say this, and we're probably going to record this right after this. But be looking out tomorrow for this video will drop once we get recorded. Retro comic reviews by me and Big Jeff, and we're going to be reviewing G.I. Joe issue 4, and we'll go over it page by page, panel by panel, like we did the last 2 times, and it should be a good time. We're gonna do all the G.I. Joe movies. I mean, comics from Marvel, and after we get through that in 3 years, we might start on IDW's continuity. You never know. This could be like a 5-year project. This is like a passion project for me and Jeff.
Yeah,
5-year mission.
We only got 152 left.
That's right. And tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, Comic Conversations returns finally with season 3, I guess you could call it. Starting with its first episode of the year, the new year, and my guest will be Old Wolf 65. So please stay tuned for that. And then Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. I got my own network here, basically. So for good cinema, we got a hell of a movie.
Yes, I love that movie.
Antoine Fuqua, starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke, with co-starring people like Macy Gray, and Dr. Dre are also in it, and Scott Glenn. It's a very good movie, and we'll be reviewing that on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then the Comic Lounge will be at 7 p.m. Eastern. That'll be the Comic and Pop Culture Hangout Show. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And of course, the Sunday Super Show Extravaganza, new comic book day preview show. That is Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern. And now I'm going to bring Tony over here because he can tell you about a little show called Friday Night Rights.
Yeah.
Well, this Friday at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, over on the Comiverse channel, because me and Matt do a little collaboration show called Friday Night Frights, and this week it's going to be on my channel. We're going to talk about one of my favorite Freddy movies of all time, and that is A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors. So that's going to be pretty awesome.
One of my all-time favorite 80s films.
Really? Yep, we're going to get into that on Friday night. So hopefully everybody show up.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. And before we go, like I always like to say on this show, although I feel like I haven't got to say it a lot here lately, but I'm going to say it tonight because we're not watching Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 again. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not any good.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snitchy boochies.